Yeah, good day, viewer. I am Dr. Joachim Ufoma Odiete, a medical practitioner with Dallas Medics Nigeria Limited. Today, I want to discuss a silent killer that will be taking the life of women at the peak of their career. It is cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is preventable and curable, and yet is taking the lives of our women. Recently, WHO reports that about 600,000 women globally were diagnosed in 2018 of this disease, and out of them, 311,000 of them died. That's huge. It's worrisome. Now, narrowing down to Nigeria, WHO report that in every day, 3 women died of cervical cancer. That amounts to about 11,000 in a year. That's huge. So we are here to provide solutions to tell the general public how this disease can be prevented. Now, what is cervical cancer? You may want to ask, what is cervical cancer? There have been news all around the earth about cancer, cervical cancer. What is cervical cancer? Now, cervical cancer is simply a cancer that is affecting the cervix. Now, the cervix is the entrance to the womb, and it is a part of the womb that dilates during labor. When a woman is pregnant, when he wants to give birth, there is a part that opens up for the baby to come, and that's the cervix. Now, the cancer that is affecting that particular area, that's what we call cervical cancer. What is cancer, you may want to ask? A lot of people, there are a lot of myths about cancer. They feel that cancer, if someone has cancer, that's the end of the world, is attributed to some evil spirit. Cancer is simply, I want to explain the cancer. Now, your body, the cells of your body undergo replication. They multiply every time. And there are some cells that checkmate them. As they are growing, they checkmate them. When they are growing too fast, say, hey, relax, you are growing too fast. So in cancer, those regulatory cells that checkmate the growth of those cells is lost. So the cell undergo excessive growth without being regulated. So that's what happened in cervical cancer. The cell of those cells are undergoing replication. Now you may want to ask, what is causing this cancer? What is causing this cancer? It is caused by a virus. It's sexually transmitted. It's caused by a human papilloma virus, HPV. It is sexually transmitted. And the risk factor to contracting that human papilloma virus is multiple sexual partners, early sexual intercourse, smoking, low nutrient, when you are not eating right. Those are the risk factors to getting the cervical cancer. About 60 to 80% of individuals infected with HPV virus is cleared by the body immune system, just for the very exceptional cases that result to cancer. Now, what is the symptoms? How do you know that a woman has these symptoms, has this cancer, so to speak? Now, the symptoms are irregular bleeding, contact bleeding. At times during sexual intercourse, they start having spotting bleeding, then foul smelling vaginal discharge. When you start noticing irregular vaginal bleeding, contact bleeding means when you are having sexual intercourse with your partner, you notice bleeding will occur, or when you are watching yourself, there will be some spotting and all that. You should report at the hospital. These are the signs of the symptoms of the cervical cancer. Now, this is the big deal, the prevention. Now, WHO has rolled out a strategy for the prevention of this cancer. It is called 90-70-90 strategy. Now, the strategy entails 90% of women from girls from 9 to 15 years should be vaccinated. Then from 70% of women who are sexually active should be screened for the disease. Then those that present, 90% of patients present with the disease should be treated early. Now, what are the screening available? We have screening methods available for the prevention of this cervical cancer. Now, in the developed country, there is no cervical cancer because they have robust screening platform and the vaccine is there. So you rarely have cervical cancer in the developed country. Just like in Nigeria, people are not even aware of the disease. So the screening methods are available of the visual inspection with acetic acid, pap smell, then HPV DNA testing. The screening availables are the VIA. One of the cheapest method for screening for the HPV is VIA. We call it visual inspection with acetic acid. So in that, in this screening method, the woman presents at the hospital and have the cervix examined. Once you open up the cervix is stained with acetic acid, and you're going to see a typical cells. So once you notice, you see those typical cells, is suspicious of it, you can go for a further test, pap smear confirmatory test. Then we also have another test called Lugo iodine test, also involve staining of the cervix and having it checked for atypical cells. Then we also have HPV DNA testing. So everybody must be involved in this screening, and the government should incorporate the vaccination into our immunization schedule. That's what is obtained in abroad. The vaccination is incorporated into their vaccination schedule. So every girl child from 9 to 15 years are vaccinated, and the screening is made compulsory. So that's what we should do in Nigeria. Every church there should be education about the cervical cancer in our screening. Cervical cancer is preventable and is curable when presented early. And there are several screening, is one of the cancer that can be treated and prevented because the cause is known. It is caused by human papilloma virus. So every Nigeria, every country, African country where it's still very rampant, should embrace a robust screening that the WHO talks about. Like they should present every women, the vaccine should be incorporated into their immunization schedule. Every woman, every girl child should be vaccinated, and every woman, every sexually active woman should be screened for the HPV. And they should present to the hospital early. They shouldn't wait until they start a disease has gotten to an advanced stage. So you should present early for the screening. Like in America, in developed countries like UK, Australia, you hardly see the cervical cancer. It's a thing of the past. The reason is there's a robust screening and the vaccine is available. There was a lady I talked to, is a patient, very enlightened woman. He said he doesn't know about his cervical cancer. So the government should educate the general public. There should be a robust education about cervical cancer. People should go around to tell schools, communities about the screening methods available. Now, 3 women dying every day is huge. People should come out for the screening. It's preventable. Once it is noticed early, it can be cured. So government should incorporate immunization schedule, HPV vaccine, into our immunization schedule, and education should be made robust. People should go to secondary schools, villages, to enlighten the public about the cervical cancer. It's not the end of the world. It's curable because the cause is known. So I want you to follow me on my channel to hear more of health talk and